Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity tea in the news. And we do it live every weekday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Chatmosa. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Friday, May 29th. Happy Friday, everyone. So with me on the mic, I have some fabulous co-hosts. So we're going to start with my icy chili. Good morning, my darling.
Good morning.
Hey there. And next we have my gorgeous moon. Hey, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Good morning, gorgeous. And next we have our chaotic cup. Hey, chaotic cup, who's probably
Hey.
busy at the moment, but he'll chime in when he can.
Hey, hey.
Oh,
See?
there you go. I was gonna
Okay.
say not too
Look, he was making
hello.
money. Okay. And next we have Slayonka. Hey, Slayonka, who's also in the middle of making money, so she'll chime in when she can.
Morning, good
That's
morning,
it.
good
Good
morning.
morning, gorgeous. And shout out to the listeners holding it down in the chat as well. Well, y'all, I think we got some good OT to sip on this Friday, so let's go ahead and jump right in.
Tea time.
And now, unfortunately, y'all, I have to annoy you with some Ray J news at first, but I'm only talking about this story because he is such a fucking liar. And when I tell y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all from the beginning, do not trust this Capricorn man, honey, because all he does is fucking lie.
I
And
said that.
girl, and now they got like medical evidence of his fucking lies. Because ain't you?
Oh, that heart thing.
Uh-huh. Because look at here. You see where it says here by TMZ, Ray J cleared by doctors and underwent physical before a super hot fire fight. So
No
he
shit, Sherlock. No shit. I've been saying his heart with no beating in no fucking 25%.
so Ray J underwent a medical evaluation and was cleared by doctors before his fight with Super Hot Fire, despite checking himself into a hospital after the event, TMZ has learned. Sources connected with the fight tell TMZ that Ray J was fully cleared to fight following an extensive medical evaluation process overseen by both independent physicians and the Athletic Commission. The source tells TMZ that Ray J submitted to an MRA, an MRI, a chest x ray, an eye exam, an EKG, and a full physical exam. The test results were submitted to the Athletic Commission, where the commission doctors separately reviewed the findings and cleared Ray J. Another exam was conducted the day of the weigh-in, and another after the fight. The source added. A rep for the promoter tells TMZ the health and well-being of our fighters will always come first. It is protocol for our fighters to be medically evaluated and cleared by independent physicians and the athletic commission at every stage of the process, in the lead up to an event, again, and on the day of competition, and following the conclusion of the fight. The rep added, "We are deeply thankful for the level of care that Ray J has received and join the many well wishers continuing to send support, concern, and prayers for his well being." As TMZ first reported, Ray J checked himself into the hospital after the fight due to alleged issues he was having with his heart, and he has since been released. Lying ass.
I mean, honestly, if your heart was beating at 25%, you would not be on the road doing shows. That shit did not make sense. No, you would be too weak. You need all the air you can get. You would not be out here singing and running around on the stage and whatnot. I mean, come on. The it's basic like common sense. So like it ain't even that hard. And then
Especially taking a risk at getting punched in the chest. Like, what the?
and I'm like, your heart is beating at 25%, but you gonna do an MMA fight?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to die on TV, huh?
This
You
little
want to die with cameras around.
raggedy ass Negro, if he's doing this for publicity, baby, look here. He's forever cancer. Forever, ever. Ever, ever.
Yeah.
Ugh. I I never believed that he was sick in the first place because people who are having heart failure, they gotta sit down some goddamn where. They can't do none of this shit that whatever he called himself doing. He had gotten a fight with Sammy. Like a
Yeah, that kind of exertion would take him wearing like oxygen and stuff, seems like, to me. But
yeah.
yeah, he's really
He
he's
lucky the dude
really
didn't even kick him. He just punched him. He didn't even get a kick.
Mm.
Them kicks be knocking this full. They be knocking them motherfuckers into next week.
Hmm.
Ray J can go to hell.
For real.
I
And
believe
I'm
that.
just
I
really
said
just
that a
gagged
long
at the
time ago.
amount of the amount of eyes they had to look at his
I ain't
information.
believe that. Fucking, oh, heart's beating at 25%. You just thought that shit was gonna probably keep your ass out of jail or some stupid shit. I don't know.
Yeah, or
He a
maybe make
liar.
Princess feel
He's a
sorry for him because
professional
she was trying
liar.
to keep the kids from him and stuff. So, yep, possibly that was some narcissistic shit. He done went through an MRA, an MRI, a chest X-ray, an eye exam. You remember his eye was bleeding. An EKG and a full physical exam. And then the
Because
test results were submitted to the athletic commission, where they were the commission doctors separately reviewed the findings and then cleared Ray J.
if he was 75% close to death, you think they would have let him fight so he could just died right there on the mat? Yeah, right.
Child. Ray J, leave us alone. Leave us alone. I tried to say, how about a Capricorn man? Don't even trust him to tell you the weather, honey. And if you are going to trust a Capricorn, trust either Beezus or LL Cool J. Beezus, I'm not mad at you no more, bro. Well, speaking of somebody who's mad, honey, Jay-Z is mad and he is going after Tony Busby, honey. About time. Because, I mean, I have my own personal problems with Jay-Z. However, I will say, in all fairness, like what Tony Busby has been doing to him was egregious. It's like it was borderline fucking harassment. Like it anyway. But you also see where it says here, and it's an exclusive with all hip hop. Jay-Z alleges Tony Busby invented death threats to cover legal violations and makes move that could leave the lawyer broke. He want to take all his motherfucking money. Well, Jay-Z faced a lawsuit that started with allegations from a woman who claimed he and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards when she was just 13 years old. The case was eventually dismissed, but the legal battle didn't end there. Now Jay-Z has filed a new federal court motion against Tony Busby, and the most important detail in it isn't about the legal strategy. Strategy, excuse me. It's about a lie someone told a woman to make her think her life was in danger. According to the new filing, attorney David Fortney sat down with Jane Doe and told her that Jay-Z had threatened to kill her and that continuing the lawsuit was simply too dangerous to go forward. Jay-Z's legal team says that was a complete fabrication, and once you understand why it was invented, the whole Busby operation starts to look like something that was falling apart from the inside long before that dismissal happened. Here's what the filing lays out. Busby had been operating in the Southern District of New York by filing court documents using co-counsel Antoni Curris's ECF login credentials, meaning he was essentially practicing law in a federal court he was never authorized to practice in. When Judge Annalisa Torres ordered him to prove his bar admission to the SDNY, he rushed to apply the very next day, and the application was denied. The Committee on Grievances confirmed he'd been filing in that court without authorization across more than 20 separate cases, so he was fully exposed. Busby eventually dropped out of more than a dozen Combs related cases after a federal judge in New York publicly admonished him over the same unauthorized practice issue. So, with sanctions coming and his admission denied, Fortney allegedly went to Doe and told her that Jay-Z threatened her life. Doe voluntarily dismissed the case the same day Busby couldn't file proof of his court admission. Jay-Z's filing is direct about what he believes happened. The death threat was invented to not to protect Doe, but to protect Busby and Fortney from the consequences of running an unauthorized legal operation in a federal court where they had no business being. The cover-up was covering up the cover-up. The second major development in this filing is the Section 487 claim, and it's worth paying attention to it because it's different from everything Jay-Z has filed before. Under New York law, when an attorney is found guilty of deceiving a court or a party with intent to cause harm, the damages don't just get paid, they get tripled. Jay-Z had already scored a procedural win when a judge refused to dismiss the case and moved it to New York, and now he's sitting in the exact court that already told Busby he couldn't practice there, armed with a claim that could multiply whatever damages he's proved by 3. His team also keeps pointing to one piece of the timeline that tells the whole story on its own. Busby's demand letter hit Jay-Z's lawyer on November 5th, 2024, a full 5 weeks before Busby even formally sat down with Doe for the first time on December 9th. He was already demanding money from Jay-Z before he'd ever even met his own client. In his amended complaint, Jay-Z claims he lost $190 million in income and other damages from the false allegations. As Jay-Z told ABC News about the experience, the accusations left him feeling heartbroken and filled with uncontrollable anger, and he's been clear that 2026 is all offense. It's all offense for him now. When the case was dismissed, Jay-Z released a statement calling the allegations frivolous, uh, facetious, and frivolous, fictitious, and appalling, adding that the civil suit was never going anywhere and the civil suit was without merit. Busby pushed back on all of it, calling Jay-Z's lawsuit an attempt to intimidate and bully his former client, and insisting the whole case has no legal merit. Discovery in this case runs through December 31st, 2026, with initial disclosures due on June 3rd.
Look here, y'all may not like Jay-Z for whatever y'all reasons are, but one thing, if he was an abuser, this has been, how long? He came out in 96. And all the things that have happened, and all the Me Too's, and all the things, and all the people, he has not been implicated in any of that. Now, he could be a capitalist, pillaging the community asshole, and I'm not saying that he's not. But what y'all not gonna do is start putting false allegations on this man. Did he cheat on Beyonce? Yes, Solange handled that in the elevator. And then they went on to make millions off of that pain with Lemonade and all the other albums. Yes. He was a piece of shit for cheating on his wife. Yes. But what y'all not gonna do is pillage his pockets and sully his name about some nasty ass shit. And Busby is an ambulance chasing ass piece of shit lawyer, and he should be taken down. Good job, Jay-Z.
They look like you about to be, honey. And Jay-Z's legal team had on that. Now, you're absolutely right, Moon, because there are multiple reasons to not like Jay-Z, and I can list them, but this ain't about me. But what he's not, and what we've never heard of him being, is like a pedophilic type, predatory. Now, we did hear some things about him, slapping bitches around, back in the day, but that, if they weren't children. So
No, but meanwhile, y'all favorite out here, Drake, has been implicated, uh, kissing on, liking on teenagers while he was a grown ass man.
ugh.
There is proof and evidence that, matter of fact, they put out that picture of him kissing on fucking Kylie Jenner when she was 16 and he
Look,
was 27.
Tiger made a song about it, honey. Talking about it's like wet orange juice in the morning, and he'll probably catch a felony for it. All these niggas is nasty
He
and
was
predatory.
fucking with her when she was a teenager. That's why they was trying to act like, oh no, we're just friends, bitch. Why are you friends with a grown man growing out, or you a teenager going out with a grown man? Huh? Huh?
Now, I don't believe that Jay-Z threatened to kill anybody, like if they didn't drop a lawsuit.
No.
Now, is there
No.
something that
He
maybe
did
Messy
stab
Jesse
somebody.
would do? Possibly.
Did no, he did stab what's his name? Lance Rivera back in the day. He did it. He had to go to, he didn't go to jail for that. He went to court, but I think he won. He said, I ain't gotta threaten you, I'm gonna just do it. Cause that's old, we from a different time. I ain't gotta threaten you, I'm gonna pull up.
That part.
And I'm gonna just handle it myself. So threaten, what do you mean threat? If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna just do it. So, we from a different era.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I mean, so yeah, even I'm really quick to believe like a Rock Nation type shady story, but no, I definitely don't believe this happened. I don't believe that girl was told to drop her case or she'll be killed or some shit like that.
We would have heard about that incident. You cannot be Beyonce's husband and had done some fucking foul ass shit that we don't know about by now. That ain't
Unless
gonna
you're
fly.
messy Desi, because you might have connections allegedly to
What
get your
that got
daughter
to
locked
what
up.
Desiree got shit to do with what we talking about? Leave that lady
Well, I don't know, because Jay-Z and Rock Nation and yeah,
alone.
Messy
Mm-mm.
Desi,
No.
there's always the roles always lead back to Messy Desi. Allegedly.
in your mind. Because only time I think about Desi's ass is because of you. This good woman ain't nowhere near.
And I know she can't stand that too, because that's how she wanted it. She ain't want nobody to bring her name up. And now, ever since you came for me, girl, I'm gonna keep bringing your motherfucking name up. Miss it. I know you listening, girl. I know you got people listening, and it's all good. But I already told you the only way to make me be quiet, you got to send the bitch some money. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep talking. And she go look. She probably and she has probably found tried to find because she already tried it with Twitter. So I had to take that picture of her down that I posted on Twitter. So allegedly she may have contacted through Getty Images like, oh, this is a licensed image, please take it down. So I did. It's cute.
Look
Mhm.
here. Said you could talk, but don't put no pictures up of me. Leave that lady alone, child.
Ain't no. She should have left my show post alone. I'm just a little small show out here trying to make it. You're the CEO of Rock Nation. And you trying to come for me? Come for me. Okay, girl.
Please, this Aries, Lord, why you mess with this Aries? We ain't never gonna hear the end of this shit, and
Gonna hear
then
the
we
end of
implicate
it
Jay Z.
until I get
Drizzy
a
ain't
check.
got nothing to do with it. Post
Yes,
ain't catching
and
strays.
unfortunately, Beyonce's husband keeps getting hit in the crossfire. He ain't even do nothing. I can't stand him in that wig. Just
Leave
because he
his
works
hair
under her.
alone. He
Just because
got
they partners. I can't stand him in that wig.
leave his hair. Why it gotta be a wig? Leave that
Mhm.
man. He grew
That's
that shit
wig.
out. He
A
grew
good
that shit.
quality lace. I mean, he spent some money on it, allegedly. But it's cute.
Um,
You know what? You need to stop.
Thank you, Tim. I said, damn, the man can't even have no real hair. Damn, y'all just can't stand this motherfucker.
Well,
Oh,
girl,
baby. Jay, I got your back. We've been down since 96. Jay, I, you know, I have come to the point, and I understand you with Beyonce, and that's it. That's good for me. You know what? But back in the day, when I tell you that that man, and I don't typically like camel looking guys, but he did it for me. He did his swag did it for me. And that's that on that.
You ain't got to explain yourself. This man is in love with 50 Cent, okay?
You
exactly.
know
You
what?
ain't got to
You
explain
fucking right.
nothing.
And to be
You
completely honest, no, Jay Z, and especially back when in the '90s, late '90s and early 2000s, it was definitely a different energy about him. So I
oh
totally get
my
where you
god.
go. I'd be remiss if I say, he had this swagger, this energy that was like, oh, this will make good husband material. Da 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 da.
He
Yeah,
was
he
a
still
grown
got it.
ass man. He moves like a grown, and I love that. I love that.
And do y'all? And
Just
I think he's very supportive of his wife too, because I heard, the word on the curb is that he does use sacred to maintain that wig. So allegedly,
shut
allegedly.
Next story, heifer. Get off
I
that
can't
man
stand
top.
you. Oh baby, he don't be doing nothing. He just trying to he be with his daughters. He take his kids out. He trying to just be a family man.
Maintaining that wig. Let me
A wig can't do that natural hairline. You see that? You see them natural
It
hairlines?
can when you Jay Z and you got millions and millions of dollars to pay for a good lace. Oh
You
yes, it
know
You know
can.
what,
what?
Auntie?
Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's
Hold on.
next
And
story.
if you only have 3 locks on your head, so there's that.
Oh, no, I
Now,
didn't say that
Bianca,
one.
now
Don't
Bianca,
encourage him.
Bianca,
Don't
you
do
can see more than three right here. You can see more than three. That is just so
Okay,
rude.
6.
Oh,
that.
Shout
I
out to
just
Jay Z's wig. I wonder if he got a name. But anyway, next story. Uh,
I'm gonna go look for Instagram Jay Z's wig, cause that'd be a good
y'all are
timeline
so
to look
messy on
at.
a Friday. Y'all are so messy.
well, speaking who is messy and another liar, honey, who a lot of us really didn't believe his ass anyway. But remember when Jamie Foxx told us that he was gonna be messing with white women no more, and we learned he got that little white girl pregnant.
Wait a minute. When did he say that?
You remember on that special, that Netflix special, he said he often white girls.
Oh, he must have been pills because he wasn't talking about pussy. I don't believe that.
Well, they done caught that little white girl out and about, honey, with her baby born. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Jamie Foxx's pregnant girlfriend, Alice Hustep, shows growing baby bump. And that's
And when I
pretty much
tell
the
you she's
story.
a basic ass run of the mill white girl, I'm just so shocked that
I'm not.
she is a butterface. And, well, you know what? His last baby mama, them last two was butterfaces too. Never mind. You know, it's all right. He got a pattern. He like them. The only one that was cute was, what's her name? The actress that he denied
Uh,
being with
uh,
for the
Katie Holmes, because
Katie Holmes.
that was such a shady situation, but he better deny it. Because y'all was sitting over there fucking around Tom's back. And rightfully so, because Tom was certainly a creep and he was putting Katie through hell, allegedly.
No, he
Based
was
off of what
putting.
I've read.
Yeah, he's a cult leader, and so he was putting
Hmm.
allegedly, because little Tom Cruise is crazy. Family guy told me that he may
Okay.
show up like Chucky. I don't need that in my life. But look at her. She's basic.
Why we have a comment saying her titties whispering to her pussy. They are low. Oh my god.
You can definitely tell she ain't got no bra on. That is for sure.
I'm not
I
gonna lie
know.
to you. I'm gonna have to steal that one.
Her titties is whispering. Ah! No, she ain't got no bra on. That's for sure. You could tell that. Mhm.
Look, and you know what them titties saying to that pussy, honey? Look, we done trapped this black nigga, honey. Let's go ahead. Look, we got 18 years of
Well,
financial
no, it
security.
ain't. Cause the other two didn't drop his ass. He's still moving about freely. He ain't learned no lessons. You see,
Touche.
he,
Touche.
two, three, three baby mom, three white women baby mamas. Child,
I
I'm
hope
good.
she take all his money for child
Me
support.
too, chill. Me too. Take
So he
that
can learn
motherfucker
that
to the
lesson.
cleaners. I want her
Hmm.
to take the screws out of his dresser. I want her to take everything from that man, just so he can learn a lesson.
And take
You know,
his
you would
wig
thought.
too.
Well, yeah, he got some ways. You would have thought his near death experience would have brought him to the light, but clearly.
All that, all that did was just give him a Netflix special. That's all that did.
It brought him to the light, all right. The light bright. Closer to that white little white.
And I don't
All
know
I
why he
wanted.
got on there and said no more white women. I
I
guess he
don't.
thought it was supposed to be funny. I wasn't amused.
I
Right.
didn't even know he said that because I wouldn't have believed it if I know that's what he said. Like, boy,
Yeah,
please.
he made a whole little joke about it. So yeah,
And and the thing is, it ain't even like you get fine ass white women because there are
Right.
fine ass white women. You get the most butterface ass. What do you even do? You know you Jamie Foxx? Do you even know that you could upgrade a whole? Never mind. You know what? Let me just stop.
The weakest links, honey.
well, maybe his
Mm.
perception changed after what he went through. You know.
Oh
How? He's
yeah.
still fucking white bitches.
I
I
just
mean,
wanted an album. I just wanted another album from him because he was a moment in the music scene and I enjoyed it. And then he, yeah,
he
We
gonna have
have
to continue to do those little catch me outside with my gang gang. He gonna have to do that to go get some attention because I'm over it. I am over Jamie Foxx. I'm over it. I wonder how his kids feel about him getting pregnant again. Because isn't
well,
his
and the girl
oldest
is
30?
younger than she's 32 and this chick is 31 or 30,
His daughter's
31.
32?
Yeah, the oldest one.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Why are
And something
you?
ain't right with that second one either, but I'm gonna leave her alone.
Oh well, yeah.
She always hiding behind all that big ass hair. There's something going on with that.
I think uh, yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, leave her out of it.
I'm just
yeah.
saying, if you got something going on with the
She's
second
going.
one, then you
We're
want to
gonna
bring in
find
a
out a
third
whole
one.
revelation. She might be they them later on, and it might be a whole little transformation, and that's fine. But um, mm, yeah, you dating somebody younger than your daughter, sir? That's weird.
Now, I wouldn't even mind the dating. It's the fucking raw and getting her pregnant. Like, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, well, all of
You
that.
supposed to, do that and send her on her way and live your life and over there. But like now you're bringing in another Jamie Foxx seed with a white woman who's probably, going to be upset if he decides to leave her alone because
Mhm.
she's so young.
And your kids are like, they grow up as only children. Like, you have a 32-year-old, you got is the one a teenager now or in her 20? I don't know how old she is now, but this is like huge gaps. Yeah. And I just don't understand why you like a girl that's the same age as your daughter. She couldn't have been 40. You couldn't find you a 40-year-old.
But you know why he like her, but it's still in poor taste. Like, dude,
Mhm.
your ass. Ugh. Hey, Libra Queen. And we have a
Oh,
comment in the chat saying, fuck Jamie Foxx. Let's read the damn article and move on.
oh, okay. You know what? You right. We did a lot of personal commentary. All right, Hammy, you win. I already know that's Hammy talking that shit.
Well, somebody else we can say fuck too, honey. That damn Nelly, his Trump supporting ass.
Fuck him.
Truly. But he just got a win in court. And you remember we actually talked about this before when he was in court battling over the rights for country grammar with one of the Saint Lunatics.
I wish they would have won. Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, y'all see where it says here by way of all hip hop. Court rules Nelly deserves $67,586 for defending country grammar rights. So
Mm.
Nelly just collected $67,586 from his legal team's work defending himself against what a federal judge called a completely baseless copyright claim. U.S. District Judge Victor Marrero ruled on May 28th that the rapper's attorneys deserve reasonable compensation for their time fighting off the frivolous lawsuit filed by former St. Lunatics member Ali Jones. The whole situation traces back to September 2024 when Ali sued, claiming he'd been cut out of royalties and credits on Nelly's 2000 breakthrough album Country Grammar. Three other St. Lunatics members initially joined the suit but quickly bailed, saying they never authorized it. Ali pressed forward alone, demanding $50 million and alleging Nelly had manipulated the group about compensation. The case went nowhere legally because the claims were time barred, meaning they should have been filed years earlier.
Mm.
Ali's legal team, led by attorney Precious Felder, fought hard against paying Nelly's fees. They argued the billing records were vague, included clerical work, and showed excessive hours. Judge Marrero wasn't buying it. He found the hourly rates reasonable. Kenneth Frundlich at $725 per hour, Jonah Grossbart at $575 per hour, and Hugh Rosenberg at $375 per hour. The judge trimmed the original request from $84,482.50 down to $67,586 by cutting 20% of the hours, half from the vague entries and half from the administrative tasks. What makes this ruling significant is that it reinforces the principle that judges won't tolerate lawyers dragging defendants through meritless cases. U.S. Magistrate Judge Robert R. Lerberger had already recommended sanctions, finding that Felder, uh, I have never seen this word before, but this vexatiously protracted the proceedings in bad faith and doubled down after being told the case had no legal standing. The court rejected claims that Nelly's team overstaffed the case, finding it reasonable for multiple lawyers with varying levels of experience to handle filings and motions. The breakdown shows Frunlich Law getting $12,006, Grossbart receiving $45,080, and Rosenberg collecting $10,500. Nelly's required to certify in writing upon receipt of payments. Mm-mm. Well, there you have it. These attorneys make a lot of motherfucking money, honey. But I get for good reason. Look at the shit they got to do and all the things that we got to read about cases and stuff that they have to come up with and fight against and study this and that from previous cases. Shit, but this is a lot of. So one is making $725 per hour, $725 per hour. Another $575 per hour, and the lowest is $375 per hour. Is y'all niggas hiring? Shit. Is y'all niggas hiring? Because I could. I'm not a lawyer, but I could play
They
one,
don't
honey.
pay the workers like down. The workers don't get money like that.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Then I don't want to work with y'all.
And they're assholes.
Don't nobody want it. Well, y'all, let's talk about the Pitts or the former Pitts, honey. Another one of them Pitt children done dropped off Pitt from their last name, honey. And this time it is Maddox. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's son Maddox dropping Pitt from last name. So let's get into it. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's son, Maddox Jolie Pitt, really looks like he wants nothing to do with his famous father because he's legally dropping his surname. Maddox filed paperwork requesting a legal name change, specifically dropping the Pitt from his last name and making his name simply Maddox Siobhan Jolie. The legal change comes after the heels of Maddox dropping the Pitt from his professional name. He's listed as Maddox Jolie in the credits of Angelina's recent movie, Couture, where Maddox worked as an assistant director. Maddox joined some of his other siblings in dropping Pitt as the last name. Shiloh changed her name legally. Zahara dropped it informally, and Vivian removed it from the playbill for a Broadway production she worked on. On its face, it seems most of the kids are trying to distance themselves from their dad, a divide that's only grown wider since Brad and Angelina filed for divorce in 2016 and took 8 years to hash things out. TMZ broke the story. Brad did not reach out to Zahara ahead of her recent college graduation from Spelman. It says Maddox's request for the name change has yet to be granted, but it's likely only a matter of time before the ruling comes down. Mm-mm. All of them. So now it's what two of them left now because there was Shiloh Zahara, Vivian Maddox, and Knox. No, just one.
Well, no, it sounds like only one, or he's the second person to formally do it, the formal paperwork. But like everybody else kind of professionally just dropped it. But like to actually go through the paperwork, it sounds like it's only been him and um, the other one, the actual bio child.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they want him to do. I mean, they clearly said we don't fuck with you. So, what was he supposed to reach out and say? What? Say what? Which I want him to say. I mean, at this point, he keep his distance. I
I
mean,
want to know what the hell happened on that plane. Like, did that motherfucker just like turn around and start windmilling on everybody? Like, and just like hit everybody? Like, but something happened. Like, they must have witnessed. And well, from what I remember reading, like there was some choking or something involved, or one of the kids
I'm
got hit trying to
telling you,
protect him. It got crazy.
I'm
So
telling you, Angelina set his ass up. She a witch. Like I said before we started recording, she put something on his ass, and this is karma. And that's I don't whatever when she got tired of his ass or whatever she was done fucking with him and siphoning off his life. I don't know because she's she's a manipulator. I don't care what nobody says. She is definitely a manipulator. Y'all gotta remember she drank Billy Bob's blood and carried it in a vial while they was together. Please, honey.
And she's 30 pounds. So there's that too. There's something going on
Okay.
mentally.
And not saying she's not a good ambassador. She do good work. She raised her up a little rainbow coalition and they seem pretty well adjusted. That's fine. But I'm not saying that I'm not making her absolved of anything. I think she's a part of a little bit of a manipulation. And I think she got into his head and he lost his damn mind on top of
Definitely part of the
drinking.
problem. For sure, Moon. I
And
agree with that. I agree. Because it does take
and
two. It does. And she was taking care of the kids most of the time. So I'm sure she got in their ear. And that's their mom. Like, of course, especially if their
Mhm.
dad's acting wild. And then, like the manipulation part of it. I'm assuming that's why they're all over Brad too. You know what I mean? She took the
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah. I mean, when you manipulators, honestly, Tom Cruise did it with his adopted children with Nicole
Hmm.
Kidman because all of a sudden they just didn't talk to Nicole. Like, I've been your mom. We adopted you together, and now you don't fuck with me at all. I ain't do shit because he was manipulating them children. Mm-hmm. Because she went on to have more children, and they love their mama.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I Brad this he should have been able to be the adult and hold his temper or whatever, but I believe she orchestrated some shit to bring out the worst in him, and he fell right into it. And so now he got to live with them consequences. That's it. That's on him. But I don't believe she's innocent from it. That's just my personal opinion. That's just me. That's just what I think happened.
Well,
Because
windmilling them in the plane is crazy. I think that's
well,
hilarious,
I
by the
mean,
way.
prior to Angelina, Brad has never been pegged as an abuser. He's never been that.
Yeah,
No,
No
the
something
only
one has.
thing that
definitely was
we've heard him
said.
abusing was that pussy, honey, because we know he's community dick, allegedly, allegedly.
Well,
That's the only thing.
community did, but that don't make you an abuser. And he's never, and he wasn't known to be no alcoholic. It was a lot of stress
And
in
maybe
that.
I should have used another word from abuse, because beating up the pussy is usually a good thing. So I don't have no problem with that.
But no,
That's the only
seriously,
thing
he
you need to
did.
be
Beat the
beating
pussy
up.
up. Beat the pussy up.
Hey,
But I mean, if he was gonna be an abuser, or if he was an abuser, he would have had a track record, and we would have known, because he been out for 40 some years, and
Jennifer
somewhere
sure
with.
would have snitched for sure if that was that.
Yeah, I think this was an unfortunate incident because of the karma, and it came back to bite him in the ass, and this is where he's at, and that's too bad for him. Oh well, I don't have no love lost for him. Whatever.
this bitch talking about that's why your pussy is in a sling now, girl. Who pussy? Not this tight Christian pussy, girl. You got me fucked up. Who pussy you talking about, how?
I was
Who
gonna
you
do
a sling, bitch? Oh, girl.
it.
Not this. Oh, girl. Let me go pray, honey.
A
Oh,
sling to hold this heavy dick.
oh. Speaking of heavy dick, honey, this story, and this is another one about Brad Pitt as well. And Moon, you might be right. Angelina might got something on him, girl, because when it rains, it pours. But it looks like
Mhm.
he's actually being sued by a penis cream company.
Oh, hey, what?
A penis cream company, honey. And y'all should. I have to share my screen because this is a page 6 article. But you should see Brad Pitt sued by penis cream company in bizarre lawsuit. Chill was actually nice enough to share this story right before we started recording. I was like, "Oh, girl, let me add this to the list." Well, the makers of a high-end penis cream are accusing Brad Pitt of being a dick by changing the name of his own skincare line to something allegedly similar.
I'm sorry.
A Malibu-based brand, Bold D, launched in 2020 with a Lux Lip Salve and so-called D Cream. We'll let you guess what the D stands for. But the indiscreet outfit has now filed legal docs against Pitt's skincare line, Bold Domain, Elmira reported. Pitt's French skincare brand quietly launched in 2022 in partnership with the famed winemaking family, adding venture-like twist to its beauty products, such as a patented compound from Grenache Syrah and more. What's that? Mourvedre grapes, girl. I'm from Durham, child. Anyway, combined with anti-aging molecules. Pitt famously owns a French winery, Chateau Maraval, which has been a major shocking point in his divorce with Angelina Jolie. But Pitt and his partners renamed their skincare brand last year, going from Le Domaine to Beau Domaine. That's when Bo D, created by a former Men's Vogue and Teen Vogue staffer, reportedly made 3 failed attempts at a private settlement before suing for false designation of origin and common law unfair competition under California's Business and Professions Code. The makers of the $56 D cream, the company's website has a sperm shaped cursor, are shooting for damages over $75,000, and they want Pitt's line to stop using the Beau Domain name altogether. The cheeky company claims that its creme penis, as it calls the stuff, puts power in your package. For founder Brandon Palas told Airmail it will help to bring plumpness, to the skin, inspire collagen production, and slow down the process of aging. Airmail asked some legal experts on their opinions, and it doesn't seem like Bo D has really caught Pitt with his pants down. Either way, a rep for F1 star A rep for the F1 star declined to comment when P6H went out. That shit was wild, child. So
So, quick
Okay.
question. So we want face cream on the dick, right? And that's what we're doing. We're putting face cream on the dick. That's what it is.
I don't know. Oh, I didn't
we
know
have
about either one of them. I don't know. And Brad Pitt is not aging well because he is under on a Angelina put roots on his ass. I don't care. Angelina put roots on his ass and he looked terrible.
we have
So
a
I don't know
comment
why
saying,
you
"Why
think
on earth would I buy skincare for someone who doesn't wash regularly?"
so. And they ain't aging well either. Hmm. But
Mm,
I guess, girl. I mean, everybody be trying to make money. I'm sorry, Angelina put roots on his ass, and that's just what I believe. God bless.
child, them dinglings, y'all done got old, and them dinglings they ain't working like they used to, honey. So now they thinking the cream gonna work. Child, just go on to the gas station and get you one of them honey packs, honey. Talking about a dick cream. It's gonna post the collagen of it and post the anti-aging. The dick is already old as fuck. How you gonna you putting like
And
what
overused.
overused, honey? So that's like putting a paint job on a '89 Honda. Like, okay, well, that
That
is that.
was the weirdest story.
But this weird ass man, honey, Brad being weird. Well, so y'all, so Demi Moore's daughter, Rumor, y'all, I'm sure you know Demi Moore and Bruce Willis had that iconic daughter, Rumor, who, baby, when I tell you, y'all can never make me hate Rumor because that is a vocalist. Rumor sings down, honey. But we're not here to talk about her singing voice. We're gonna talk about that messy divorce that she's going through with her ex and custody and all that. And Demi Moore done got into it. She done called her mama, honey. And Demi Moore was like, that motherfucker is too aggressive to have custody of my grandbaby. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ, Demi Moore claims Rumor Willis's ex displayed aggressive behavior in custody docs. So let's get into it, child. Demi Moore is tagging into daughter Rumor Willis's court a custody battle, and she's not mincing words about her daughter's ex. This according to multiple reports. Rumor and baby daddy Derek Richard Thomas split back in 2024 and have been locked in a custody battle over their 3-year-old Luetta since last summer. And now it looks like Demi's backing her daughter up. According to custody docs obtained by Us Weekly, the acclaimed actress told a court in January that Derek appears to want to dictate and control Rumor's environment to his needs. Demi said she was there for Luetta's home birth and claimed Derek, without asking and without having showered, got into the birthing tub in an aggressive and sudden manner. While she said he got out when Rumor asked him to, Demi Moore claims Derek was angry and pouting and making it all about him. Demi also said that when she and Rumor's sister Scout came by the next day to clean, she heard Derek berate and angrily complain that they were there. She said, I heard him pressure Rumor not to have me and her sisters there with her for support. Demi added that Derek wouldn't leave Rumor alone until she left the room to get away from him. The Substance star said in the docs that Derek was also aggressive about holding Luetta, claiming he interrupted Demi's first time holding her granddaughter to demand skin to skin contact and refused to let Rumor swaddle Luetta when she was clearly cold. Demi alleged Derek had absolutely no respect, care, concern, compassion, or support towards anyone, especially Rumor and the baby. She also said in the docs that Derek sucks the joy out of all encounters with him, drops Luetta off filthy without changing her diaper, and has been actively trying to distance Rumor from her family. According to Demi, Rumor handles 100% of Luetta's financial and physical support. But Derek's fighting back at the claims made against him. His lawyer, Michael J. Kretzmer, told multiple outlets the actress's claims are false. He told Page Six the allegations made by Rumor are bombastic and dramatic, but lack substance and factual support. Mess, baby. When I tell y'all I live for white people, this is the mess I live for. Now, I hate that they got to go through it. Truly, I do, but And I hate that his name is spelled the exact same way as mine. Why do they always? It's always some abusive man named Derek who spells it Derek. Derek, the Derek Brotherhood. Whether you spell it Derick. We need to have a meeting because apparently y'all got some horrible reputations. And you know what? That's exactly why I put the auntie in front of my name. I'm like, don't lump me in with the rest of you abusive niggas. I ain't trying to do it. Don't lump me. I ain't abusing nobody, honey. So I like to get abused. Anyway, that's another
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But and you know what? And I believe it. Everything that Demi says in that court doc is the perfect example of a narcissist. He's sitting there, he was angry, tried to make it about him. You get your nasty, stank, unshowered ass in that birthing tub where your wife is about to give birth, and she tells you to get out because you make, first of all, you stink, allegedly, and you making things where like you just making things weird in here. Get your ass out. He gets out, but still walking around pouting and shit. And then when the sister and them go over the next day to clean things up, he like, well, why they here? They need to leave, baby. Yes, that's isolation, classic narcissism. And I'm so glad she got away from that motherfucker. I hate she had to procreate with him, but she was
Yeah.
rumor was in for a wild ride, honey. This Derek motherfucker was crazy, based off of what I'm reading here. So that's that on that.
Yeah. That is mm-mm. We don't like that. And too bad, yeah, she got caught up with this fool, unfortunately. It happens to the best of us.
Oh my god.
What did Hammy say? What did Hammy say?
Rumor looks like she stinks. You are horrible. And you know what? Honestly, that man do too, honey. There, let me share my screen so y'all can see what he look like. Both of them just like a stinking ass time, honey.
Well, I mean, I don't. She don't look like she stank, but she definitely has a strong jaw, and I think she get that from her daddy. Now
She absolutely got her dad,
he
her
looked
whole
like a
daddy bottom half.
yeah, she looked like her daddy. I finally figured that out. But go back up, cause he looked like he a cult leader. Look at him. He is a reincarnated cult leader. Look at that. Yo.
Based off of how he was acting, I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder if they got any more in here with them. No, it look like that's the only picture of Derek they have in here.
I never even seen it. Well, should be happening. I mean, she had the age. She right on schedule for the first divorced kids, first divorced women. This is where they have it. This was she right on schedule. Good
But
luck,
like I
sis.
said, I was hoping that Rumor would make more music. Now I think she's really more on the theatrical side. Like she likes to kind of like me. Like I hate to sing, but if a role says that you're a singer, baby, I'm busting notes all over the place. So that's why I feel like that's what she, because we don't really hear about her recording music and stuff like that. But and she needs to because Rumor
I
has
haven't. I
she
don't remember
sings
hearing
down, honey.
that. You know what, Auntie? I'm a, I'm a hold back on because I haven't heard it, and I don't know if I believe you.
That's fair. No, but believe it. You what? Well, I was gonna say because I don't think y'all watch like Empire after a certain season, right?
I never watched. I mean, I'm here and there, picking up on here and there, but yeah.
Well, she Rumor was on Empire. She played Tori on Empire. She was a singer on there, and she did really well.
Mm. Oh, okay.
Hmm. Well, that is that on that, child. Let's get into Puka Nakua. Did I say the Puka? Yeah, it's not Nakua. I keep having to remind myself, okay, his name is not Nakua like the water. His name is Nakua. Like he's cool.
Oh, dang, and Bianca left.
Well, he has come out and released a statement about, taking a bite out of things, honey. Look, and I have to say, baby, this thumbnail, he looked like he bite people in this thumbnail. So I was like, oh, girl. Anyway. But you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Puka Nakua calls biting lawsuit drama a moment for me to learn. in his rehab stint. So let's see what he said. So this starts. Puka Nakua met with reporters for the first time since his drama-filled offseason, and while he didn't dive into the details of the night that led to a bombshell lawsuit, he said he's taken the matter as a learning experience. The superstar Rams receiver took the podium after Thursday's practice and emphasized how he's doing better mentally after seeking treatment at a facility in Malibu. 25-year-old Nakua said the support he got from the team has been great, and he now understands it's okay to ask for help. Some of the things I feel like I've learned, it is okay to ask for support, Nakua told the media. And to recognize the platform that I have in being a professional football player and trying to use that for the betterment of myself and for those around me and the people that have supported me. Nakua said he now meets with his team therapist regularly, which has been a great improvement in his life. He said, out of the respect for all the parties involved in the civil suit, he would not speak on the matter, but did admit it was a moment for me to learn from kind of some of the situations I was putting myself in, and then also having just an awareness of how I'm conducting myself in and out of this football field. TMZ Sports broke the story. A woman named Madison Atiabi sued Nakua back in March over their New Year's Eve outing in Los Angeles, claiming he bit her and made an anti-Semitic remark at dinner. While he adamantly denied uttering any negative remarks, Nakua owned up to the bite, but his attorney claimed it was simply horseplay. As for his relationship with head coach Sean McVay, Nakua said he was a great communicator throughout the ordeal. He considered it a big hurdle to learn he can seek help, as previously, he felt he had to keep it all internal. McVay believes Nakua is a changed man for the better and said the Rams will continue to rally behind their offensive weapon. You think somebody's a changed man after a month of was it even a month? Yeah, a month of rehab. Okay, girl. Well, let me talk to you about this bridge in New York I like to sell you. It's one that connects to from Manhattan to Brooklyn, baby, and it could all be yours for the really small amount of $1.5 million. Give me a call if you want that bridge.
This
And
is
only you
typical
can
for
use
men.
it.
And only you can use exactly.
Let me tell you, that's typical for men. They're like, oh yeah, 3 days? He's healed. Come on. Come
Mhm.
on.
Child, and look, and you can tell he's been meeting with that therapist on a regular basis, honey, because they just sound like scripted therapy speak, honey. To be honest.
PR speak.
Hmm.
That PR person is getting paid, honey.
Yes,
They're
honey.
making it do what it do. I wanted to be in PR at one particular time.
You know what? So did I. But then when after reading so much celebrity news, these motherfuckers is crazy. And you really have to come up with some shit on the fly. And child, I would just get writer's block at this point. Did y'all ever see that show Flack? Flack that came on Amazon Prime. It had what's her name? Anna Paquin. And she played a
No.
PR. It was a good ass show, honey. She played a PR that lives over in the UK. And it was good, honey. But yeah.
Look, I
Um,
wanted to be Samantha. I mean, not in the bedroom, but I wanted, Samantha made being a PR cute. And I was like, I don't do that.
she did. Oh, we have a comment saying looks like he has he looks like he have a deep freezer full of human body parts. You know what? He actually does, especially in this photo. I'm like, he look like he eat people in this photo. Now
My God.
he do, but nice looking guy. He's just like he eat people. Like I wouldn't offer anything he gives me to drink because next thing you know, I might not wake up. And then y'all eat some damn Derek and rice. Mm-mm. We don't.
I
No,
cannot
ma'am.
stand y'all. I cannot stand
Well, that is
y'all.
that on that, honey. Well, girl, speaking of paid, money, 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 money. Anthony Edwards, honey. Y'all know the very same Anthony Edwards who paid that girl all that money up front to not be in that child's life.
Hmm.
Well, girl, so he's in another court battle with another baby mama. And
You did mention that, huh? Yeah. Hmm.
and you see where it says here by way of TMZ, NBA star Anthony Edwards' massive monthly income revealed in baby mama battle. And baby TMZ is not lying. And when they say massive month, I could not imagine making this type of money on a monthly
He's
basis.
a superstar. What
And
y'all? We
very much
knew
so.
that.
Like I knew it, but it was like, damn, to actually like, damn. Well,
He got a shoe deal. He got endorsements. I mean, what do we think?
I get, and to be
This
honest,
little
I didn't know what,
raggedy ass nigga. This little raggedy ass nigga.
I,
Yeah, he making money.
baby, the kind of money he may make me sweat. I don't do nothing younger than me, and I don't do it. Damn,
It had you thinking about it.
I was like, you know what? Maybe I could be a baby mama, especially if you like to give bitches money up front. Shit. But this starts Minnesota Timberwolves Anthony Edwards is bringing in a massive seven-figure monthly income, at least according to a new legal docs from his baby mama court battle. New court docs obtained by TMZ show the NBA star pulls in $3,364,911 in grossly monthly income, while his ex Alexandria Desroches makes around $1,016 per month. The
Didn't we
doc,
think she was gonna make more than that?
girl.
I'm sorry.
The doc say Anthony is paying around $5,000 a month in child support to Desroches. Anthony signed a 5-year deal in 2023 worth up to $260 million. As TMZ previously reported, Anthony is battling two different baby mamas in court at the moment. Anthony and Alexandria share a kid born in October 2023. The NBA star is also in the middle of another child support fight with his other ex, Aisha Howard.
And why are we using X? Why are we acting like they was in some deep ass relationship? Let's not.
Child, what is his zodiac sign, child? Let me see. I bet you he's a Scorpio. Let me see.
Look here, he definitely he's young and I mean he don't want to put nothing on it, but
Girl, no, he a Leo, child. I was wrong.
mm,
August 5th. Good Lord.
you know. And then the funny thing is when they gave that little judgment, he said, "Bet shit, I get that. Look here, this is one pay. This is a part of my little paycheck. Let me pay this heifer out right now. Here you go." And she was like, "Wait, I'm supposed to give no, 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 no. We got you what you wanted. Here you go."
You go, girl. You should be good for the next 18 years. All right, cool. Don't call me, don't Facebook me, no nothing. I don't want to hear it.
She thought she was finna get more money. Honey, girl, I hate that for that baby.
But
I hopefully you love that child and that just was not no damn payday baby. 'Cause, that man told you I don't even want nothing to do with your child. So for y'all to be acting like they was in some type of relationship for real, that's weird. Y'all need to stop. Y'all using a relationship way too easily.
yeah, that is that on that, hun. And I agree with you. They absolutely do. Well, speaking of relationships, hun, Tia married
Situations.
Tia married on hard launched on Instagram. So I mean, we already seen her with this guy before that people were suspecting was a thug, but then he ended up being a whole
He's a teacher,
professor.
right?
Or
Yeah.
well, she done went Instagram. And you see where it says here by way of TMZ, Tia Mowry hard launches new man since her divorce. See the pic. Let me
Wait a
share my screen
minute.
so we can look at the pic.
And my friend who begins shits like late all the time. So we've been knowing about this. She was like, Tia finally got her. I was like, girl, she been had her little young thing. She said, good, because I'm tired of her being thirsty in them videos. I said, damn, y'all so
Damn.
mean. Y'all so rough. I was like, I guess she was being a little thirsty in the videos. But hey, let's just live.
So this was the one. This was a picture that first came out, and people thought like and I guess I don't know what made them think he was a thug. Is it the Kango hat or I
The
don't
braids.
the
I
bright?
don't know.
Yeah,
The
but
youngness
yeah,
of them all, but he's a cute guy.
yeah, very nice looking.
Yeah, this little, I mean, I don't like long hair on it, but this is a cute little picture now. He cute.
Yeah. And look, she look at her girl head down to the side, her just smiling from ear
Right.
to ear. Look, she is getting
How
put
she getting put through the mattress?
through the mattress. And I love that for her. Yes, girl.
Absolutely. I guess if we gonna like these men, at least let them be cute and put you through the mattress.
Exactly. And bring money. Bring money while you at it. Don't come
And
over
he
here with
got
no
a good
damn.
job. And he got a good job.
Hmm. Exactly. Well, shout
That's
out
a
to her.
nice smile. I'm a sucker for a nice smile now. I'm a sucker for a nice smile because he got a nice smile. He cute. His teeth are straight. His skin look clear. I like that. You know that.
And the
Mhm.
crazy thing is, in regards to Tia and Corey, I was actually one of the people that really wanted them to, because I loved them together. I thought they were really cute together. But baby, I just started seeing stuff like in interviews. And I was like, ugh, ugh. Like the way, like when they were talk to each other, and like Tia maybe like jump in, because she's just that kind of girl who just has a quick personality and a quick thinker, and she speaks what's on her mind. But
And she's always high. You know, she's just one of them high energy people.
right, she always hype, but then it was just one thing. He was like, babe, lay, hey, like, can I finish or something like? And I was like, oh, he look like he about annoyed with her. So I was like, oh, this ain't
It
looking
probably
too good.
was. It's been, they had a lot of time together. They kind of grew up together, and people, evolve and change. And shit just don't work. And I wanted them to work because they've been together, and I was like, oh, I want people to work out if they can. But they did, and she woke up to that and said deuces and amen.
Yeah.
God bless.
Well, child, let's get into some Houston news, honey. So y'all remember when that boy NBA Ben 10 got shot up in that restaurant?
NBA
Yep.
Benton. Oh shit.
Yep, Ben 10 was shot. Well, honey, now they done charge All Star J. Is it All Star Junior or All Star JR? We gonna call him All Star Junior for now.
Oh my God! Did you? Why wouldn't you tell us that we about to look at a crackhead? Jesus.
Well, All Star Junior charged in NBA Ben 10 shooting, according to Hot New Hip Hop. So let's get into it. So, All Star Junior is now charged in the Houston shooting of NBA Ben 10 earlier this year that left him with critical injuries, according to Click to Houston. Court records from Harris County show that All Star Jr. is now accused of aggravated assault resulting in severe spinal injuries connected to the April shooting at Confessions Restaurant in Houston's Upper Kirby district. Investigators say the confrontation began during an altercation inside the venue, which reportedly stemmed from jewelry. Surveillance footage reviewed by authorities allegedly captured a firearm falling to the ground during the dispute. Prosecutors claim Ford picked up the weapon and opened fire, striking multiple people inside the crowded restaurant. Police allege NBA Ben 10 was specifically targeted during the gunfire. Authorities claim that after the initial shots, All Star continued firing at close range before attempting to shoot Ben 10 again after the weapon ran empty. Investigators further allege All Star Jr. assaulted the injured rapper with the firearm before fleeing the scene. Excuse me. According to court filings, Fields suffered catastrophic spinal damage and has reportedly lost feeling below the waist. Officials stated the injuries are expected to leave him permanently paralyzed in his lower body. Following the shooting, investigators say Ford concealed the firearm inside the restaurant before escaping in a Cadillac Escalade. Federal authorities had already indicted the rapper earlier this month on charges of illegally possessing a firearm as a convicted felon. Ford was later arrested in Detroit after investigators alleged he posted social media videos referencing the shooting and mocking the victims. During questioning by Houston police, authorities say Ford admitted involvement in the shooting. He remains in federal custody while awaiting further court proceedings in Texas. And Hot New Hip Hop says they will keep us posted on any further updates.
That's
I don't
sad to
know
be
why
paralyzed. Wow.
Yeah.
it cuts. I was when he was reading that, being paralyzed like that cuts your life short. Like however long you probably were going to live prior to that is definitely reduced. There's
It
just
won't
so
be a
many
nice life. It'll be a life filled with medical people and procedures
issues,
and sticking you and pneumonia and
catheters,
sores
and
and just, I mean, your life is just,
infections.
yeah, just
Hmm.
so much, chronic conditions develop from that. Just
Hmm.
fucked up.
Hmm. Hmm. It's
Gotta have a good
definitely,
support system for that, you know?
yeah. I mean, to live a halfway decent life,
Yeah. Gotta have
but
some.
it's also cut short.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't live. They don't. If they do live a while after that, you're not going into old age. Like,
No, no, pneumonia or something, or some kind of infection gonna get you.
hmm,
Unless you really have top tier, top tier, top tier care, you might.
I mean, shit. Even if you have that,
It's not definitely not no guarantee.
no, no, not at all.
Mhm.
That's and I mean, why y'all just what y'all shooting us all these people for? What was all that for?
They was
Now
trying
you
to
on the
steal
run,
gold chains, and fight broke
and now
out.
you going to jail forever in Texas? Oh, bitch, you're never
Yeah,
getting out.
somebody started shooting. They was in a high end restaurant too. It wasn't no like no hole in the wall, nothing. It was,
Oh yeah,
you
you
know,
was around the white folks. Oh yeah, you
yeah,
really going to jail. They not
yeah.
letting you out.
They letting off multiple gunshots.
That's multiple attempted murder. You might be lucky if they don't give you the death penalty, because they love that in Texas.
It definitely sounds like a life without parole. I don't know about the death
Hmm.
penalty since he didn't kill anybody, but definitely
Hmm.
gonna be in prison for a long time.
Hmm. Because, boy, if they could give you the death penalty in Texas, they would. They love that shit down there.
And they follow through too.
Mhm.
What? Look here. You don't think they're going to fry your ass?
They
I don't want to
really,
play with it.
I'm like over trying to steal gold. What is it about gold chains? Like, why you gotta do all that
Mm-mm.
inside
And
the club?
half the shit with these rappers be fake any goddamn way. So now you out here stealing fake shit.
Not out the club, in the club, trying to steal gold chains. Come on now.
Child. Well, speaking of stealing, y'all remember when that wrestler we were talking about, Ludwig Kaiser, who stole off on that man? He done stole him in the face because he was kissing that girl so aggressive in that elevator, and he was like, I mean, I forgot what did the guy say? You could please have some manners next time or something like that. And he
No,
beat the shit out of that man for that.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear
Hmm.
about that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were talking about that. I said you could have just mind your business. Why you got to say something?
Yeah. Well, Gunther, another WWE rapper, he ended up bailing him out. And you all should see where it says here WWE superstar Gunther bailed Ludwig Kaiser out of jail. Doc show.
This looked like a whole batch of racism sitting right here. Ew.
It do.
Gunther and Ludwig.
Yes, honey. Well, good friend award goes to WWE superstar Gunther, who shelled out $1,000 to get his fellow wrestler friend Ludwig Kaiser out of jail following his battery arrest. TMZ Sports has obtained Kaiser's bond information sheet following his recent run in with the law in Florida. And it turns out the guy who came through for him was Walter Hahn, Gunther's real name. Gunther wrote two $500 checks to pay the fee, meaning he'll be making damn sure Kaiser, whose real name is Marcel Barthel, will show up to his court date next month so his dough doesn't go to waste. As TMZ previously reported, Kaiser was accused of whooping his neighbor's ass for complaining about a wild makeout session between the wrestler and his girlfriend in the elevator on April 23rd. The neighbor, according to a police report, told the two to please have some manners, which apparently set Kaiser off and resulted in the physical altercation. He was booked for battery and later released, thanks to Gunther. Kaiser has since returned to the wrestling ring as El Grande Americano at an event in Mexico City. Hmm. Okay, El Grande Americano. Mm-mm. Well, that is that on that, honey. $1,000 bail, and Gunther paid. I guess put down 500 and take your ass to court so I can get my money back, motherfucker.
Ludwig couldn't get his own ass out of jail for $1,000. What kind of fighters are they? They ain't got that kind of money. What the hell?
You asking the right questions, honey. And the fact that you said that, because I feel like please have now, yes, mind your business, true, but like I feel like you could have just said mind your business. Like the man didn't threaten you or anything. He just said, please have some man, and you decided to beat the shit out of a man for
Look, don't
telling
he
you
look like he on steroids? Come on now. You know you
touche,
can't be triggering them damn steroid people. They crazy.
touche. You are absolutely right. I mean, unless you got a piece in your purse, but other than that, yo, don't even shit, even the
You know
piece.
them people crazy.
Yeah,
Look, them people crazy. You don't know what people. Granted, it wasn't nothing. You shouldn't have beat his ass for that. That wasn't worth it. But these people be triggered. Yeah, they just crazy. All that testosterone pumping through his veins. And then you had a woman there. Oh, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy. You know, a woman's in the area.
man, he was about to get some puss. Because they was good, you know, they were foreplaying in the elevator. Because apparently,
Mhm.
they said the words they were using were aggressively kissing. So I'm like,
Oh, they was
oh,
finna fuck. They was finna fuck. And he should just went on and did that. Now he ruined all of that, child. But I guess.
they was probably obnoxious. He probably had her leg all up in the air on on his shoulder and shit. Like, they,
Yo, you know,
Hand
it
all
was
up in
crazy.
it.
Yeah. And I would have been ready to get off that goddamn elevator. But again, you know, white people don't know how to mind their business. They always got to say some shit.
he should have
You could
said
have
something like,
been.
"Ooh, it's stinking here."
Well, he don't know because he probably used to that stinking ass smell. But I'm just saying, you could have just. You could have just went on about your business. White people, y'all ain't always got to say something. Sometimes just walk away and mind your business.
For real, for real. Well, let's talk about some white person who is minding his business, honey. Brett Michaels. I personally was actually surprised by this, but so y'all saw it's been chatter about that festival that they
Hmm.
named a bunch of people that was going to be in it, but a lot of people back there was like, wait a minute, ain't it Morris Day? A lot, girl. Brett Michaels was the latest to drop out of it, honey.
You know the only one that ain't dropped, well, not the only one, but you know who ain't dropped out? Flow Rider.
Child, girl.
Mm.
No surprises here. Let's just say that. But you all should see where it says here, by way of TMZ, Brett Michael drops out of Trump-backed Freedom 250 concert. And this starts. Brett Michaels is the latest musician to cancel their scheduled performance at the Trump-backed Great American State Fair's Freedom 250 this summer. The former Poison frontman announced on Thursday that he was bailing on the event, touted as a celebration of America's 250th birthday, noting that he was misled about its purpose when he booked it, saying, unfortunately, what was presented to us as a celebration of our country has evolved into something much more divisive than what I agreed to be a part of. He also said the unfounded and unforgivable threats over the event made him concerned for the safety of himself, his family, band, and crew. In a lengthy IG message to fans, Michael stressed his shows are all about bringing people together and never politics, and promised he'd be back in DC to perform at an event that focuses purely on the music and fans. The iconic 80s rocker is the latest to drop out of the MAGA coded celebration. Martina McBride took to Instagram on Thursday to say she had also been misled about Freedom 250 and that she had decided it was in her best interest to exit the lineup. Morris Day, Young MC, and the Commodores have pulled out of the concert series this week, following left leaning voices expressing concerns about financial transparency and the supposedly bipartisan event being turned into a conservative branded showcase. Milli Vanilli was announced to be in the lineup, but one of the group's OG vocalists, Jody Rocco, said they would not be in attendance. However, Milli Vanilli's Fab Morvan confirmed he will be there, as well as Vanilla Ice. CNC Music Factory frontman Freedom Williams changed his tune about wanting to back out following online backlash, explaining, the day I let you motherfuckers tell me what to do is the day I die. Flo Rida is the only artist who has not yet addressed the controversy. So TMZ tells us to stay tuned.
Well, Millie Vanilli, it's only one. I don't even know why we. First of all, You know how raggedy this shit is if you got to put in a group that was one half of it's dead and two they went away disgraced for lip syncing and not actually having any vocals. It-
Girl,
and
you
this is
know it's
funny,
true.
but
True,
it's so funny
true,
because they
true.
talked about this on my political TV. They said, you know, this is the 250th celebration of our country. This should be bringing out the big guns. This tells you how bad the fucking Trump MAGA brand is so toxic. This celebration should have top tier artists coming out to celebrate our country. And you pulling out Millie Vanilli, Young MC, and no diss to Young MC and Millie Vanilli, but also what? Vanilla Ice, what?
But and I don't know if I can believe that they were misled. I really don't. Maybe it's a
And
possibility that they were, but it's like I feel
And
like
maybe they didn't know it had to do with Trump. Maybe they just thought it was a
I don't
separate,
believe it.
like,
I
I
don't
don't know.
believe that for one
I'm not
second.
saying I believe it. I'm just saying.
Because the only our president is a top class, world class narcissist. Anything that he's a part of, his name is going to be on it. And I am sure these
Mhm.
people were told this is going to be a Trump backed $250 250th birthday celebration. And now they want to sit there and try to save face just because it's the gas prices got everybody. I'm like, really? It was the grocery and gas prices that got y'all mad. It wasn't the other shit, but okay. But gas prices got white people pissed right now. And now
Mhm.
they trying to save face. I
Well,
don't.
and you know what? And maybe they thought, maybe we so low on the totem pole, maybe nobody gives a fuck about us. Maybe we could just skate through and get this little check. No, we checking for everybody, even the low on the totem poles. Y'all motherfuckers is part of the crew too. No,
Mhm.
we gonna give you that smoke too.
So yeah, I don't think these people were misled. They just trying to act like they want to got a backbone now. I guess it's good to appear you got a backbone, but no, fuck that. We know what you are. So
Oh, lordy, lordy.
mhm.
Because
Yeah.
that lineup was so ragged.
Now it seems like Billy Joel's ex-manager has a little bit more of a backbone than we've seen in a lot of people, honey. Cause y'all remember it was some back and forth going on about that biopic, the Billy Joel biopic. And Billy Joel said, "Don't use my motherfucking music up in there. This is unauthorized and I want nothing to do with this shit." Well, the one who we learned that it was going to be based on the point of view from his manager who essentially discovered him. And he's coming out and speaking. And y'all see where it says here by way of TMZ, Billy Joel, ex-manager, insists biopic isn't trying to defame the singer. So let's get into it. Billy Joel's ex-manager says he tried early on to get the music legend to read the biopic script, insisting he never tried to sneak the project past Billy. Erwin Mazur, the central figure behind the Billy and Me project, tells TMZ he spent the last year trying to arrange a meeting with the piano man before the backlash surrounding the film reached a fever pitch. Mazur insists there's nothing defamatory in the script and nothing he wouldn't stand behind, arguing it simply tells the story of their early days together, which he is very proud of. The movie has already sparked serious controversy after Billy's camp publicly condemned it as misguided, but Irwin, who discovered Billy way back in 1966, says the project was always intended to focus on his experiences managing a young Billy during his days with the Hassles before Columbia Records signed him in 1973. Mazur also insists the filmmakers never planned to use Billy's iconic songs, explaining the script centers around Billy's cover band era with the Hassles before he became a global superstar. So, yeah. It says TMZ says they have the clip where he gets surprisingly emotional while talking about discovering Billy's talent decades ago.
Child, Billy said, I don't give a fuck.
I
I
don't give a
said
fuck.
no.
I said no. This is my music. Don't talk about me in this damn music. And no, I'm not reading that damn script. He was like, "You try to get a
Don't
meeting with me 100 times, honey, and you said I done told you no 100 times. You still trying for 101st? Like, fuck out of here. Leave me alone."
He said, I don't want my story told. I don't care if it's your story too. I don't want my shit told. And that's that on that. The man said, no, shit. The fuck what you want?
And I think we pretty much had this when we were discussing it last time. We all came to the agreement, like, you can tell your story, but don't try to use Billy's name to do it. Say like this is Irwin's story, or my Irwin the manager, or some type of movie. Like tell you try to use Billy's name. We know what you're doing. You're trying to pretty much
Yes. Did you manage other people that became famous? If you were telling your story, it could have been a wide swath of people that you said, this is what I did. And Billy wasn't the leading person, like Billy and me. He said, bitch, get my name out of there. Hold on. I tell my own stories. Okay. How about that?
and the fact that you are essentially what he says responsible for discovering Billy and his cover band and all that and launching him into stardom. You would think that Billy would still maybe have some type of a even if it's a hey and bye type of relationship. Baby, it don't seem like these motherfuckers talk at all. So that tells me everything I need to know. So that is that on that. I'm still watch this movie though when it comes to Tubi, because it's either gonna be on Tubi or Lifetime, honey. It's not going to the big screen. So that is that on that. And what girl? Do y'all remember yesterday when we talked about it was a possibility that Tom Hardy was on that Mob Tie set being a diva and staying locked up in his dressing room, and I said he might be looking at Grinder allegedly. But and the article also mentioned that Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren were affected by this as well because of his unprofessionalism. So it was making their jobs difficult. Well, child, it looks like Helen Mirren actually came out to essentially support Tom in the middle of those rumors. And you also see where it says here, Helen Mirren shows support for Tom Hardy amid Mobland drama. So Helen Mirren looks like she's got deep mob ties to Tom Hardy because she's showing support for her Mobland co-star amid reports of tensions on set. Helen posted a photo of Tom on social media Thursday and wrote, "Love you now and always." The public show of support comes on the heels of a report that Tom was difficult to work with on season 2 of the Paramount Plus hit. He was allegedly holed up in his trailer and kept Helen, Pierce Brosnan, and the rest of the cast and crew waiting. Sounds like Helen's got no issues with him though. Tom's also at the center of rumors that he's been fired from the show, but as we first told, as TMZ first told us, Paramount has yet to officially renew Mobland for a third season, so they might all be moot. Mm-mm. Well, there you have it. And this is the photo that she shared, or maybe it was a possibly. So maybe this was a way to shut down rumors, or maybe this was a British way of
Yeah.
throwing shade.
I don't think she was. I'm thinking she said, keep my name out of it. I ain't got no beef with him.
They love you now and always, Helen.
That was no shade. That was, yeah. She was like, keep my name out that mess.
They
Me and
ain't had
him is
nothing to do with
straight.
that. Hmm. Well, that is that on that, honey. Um, let's y'all want to know which one of Madonna exes got good dick? Because she
No.
told us. Because speaking of Grinder, she told us because she was actually out there meeting with Grinder.
What? What?
Yes, girl. And y'all should see where it says
Of
here
course
by,
she would talk about him. Of course she would. Oh, she's such an opportunist. Of course she did.
and y'all should
Oh, this
see
is a
where
horrible picture of her. Look at her mouth.
child, she been
Oh,
looking horrible for a while.
I
And
know, but ugh.
but the gay, especially them white gays, live for her, honey. They got her out here snipping poppers on camera and stuff. I was like, oh, girl, put them poppers down, girl. Oh my god. Anyway, but
What
you
is
see,
poppers? Tell me about that later.
we'll talk offline.
Okay.
But you should all see where it says here by way of Us Weekly. Madonna names John F. Kennedy Jr. as the best dick she's had out of her late exes. Okay, girl.
I know she gonna say that because you know why? Because that show came out recently and it's doing numbers and it's relevant and Miss siphoning off people's life and trying to suck off all the energy. Madonna, yeah, that's what she's trying to do. Because before, back in the day, it was Dennis Rodman. So now it's JFK Jr. I mean, baby, I've been watching you for years. You can't now all of a sudden now it's JFK Jr. I thought it was Dennis Rodman.
And didn't she even throw Big Daddy Kane up in there at one point? But now I actually believe that about him. Because girl, the streets be
Did
talking, girl.
I
I
send
believe that
you the
about
thing
him.
about Big Daddy Kane? Did I send you a thing? He was dissing something. I said, Auntie would love his own. I think I
Baby,
sent it
but
to you.
you already know, honey. But unfortunately, he is 100% hetero. Ugh, what a waste. Anyway, but this says Madonna remembers her late ex John F. Kennedy Jr. fondly, very fondly. Madonna, who's 67, teamed up with LGBTQ plus dating app Grindr on Friday, May 29th, for a new video promoting her upcoming album, Confessions 2. During the unfiltered conversation, fashion designer Raul Lopez asked the Queen of Pop, "Who was your best fuck? Who was your best stick down?" So, oh my God, I'm only going to name dead people, Madonna replied before covering her mouth and whispering, John Kennedy Jr., the son of former President John F. Kennedy, who died in a plane crash in 1999 at age 38. Lopez noted that everybody said Kennedy's dick was crazy and he was a good fuck, telling the Like a Virgin singer, "You're the third person to say that." Madonna then simply confirmed, mm-hmm. The seven-time Grammy winners' other late exes include artist Jean-Michel Basquiat and rapper Tupac Shakur. Madonna
Did you
briefly
mean
did
Basquiat, the actual artist Basquiat?
the actual artist and not who Jay-Z trying. You know,
You know what? You didn't even have to do that.
I'm sorry, I did. It was just too easy. I had to take it. I'm sorry.
And now that's the first I've heard that she was fucking on Basquiat, but okay. Well, and well, he liked a little bit of everything. So
He was dipping it and doing it, honey. It says Madonna briefly dated Kennedy in the late 1980s as her infamously turbulent marriage to Sean Penn was coming to an end. She came on to him and it was flattering. She was at the top of her game, an unnamed friend recalled in the 2024 book JFK Jr., an intimate oral biography by Kennedy's executive assistant, Rosemarie Terenzio, and People editor at large, Liz McNeil. He loved her body. It was all about physical attraction. It wasn't going to be anything beyond that. However, after just one date, Kennedy was said to be infatuated with Madonna. The dashing, dark, muscular Kennedy gave her a set of keys to his apartment. Biographer J. Randy Taraborelli wrote in his 2012 book After Camelot. JFK's mother, Jackie Kennedy Onassis, allegedly disapproved of the attorney's fling with the Vogue singer. Jackie's problem with Madonna was that she was married, Tara Borelli told People in 2023, claiming Kennedy Onassis was also co-founded by Madonna's penchant for attention. The author explained Jackie had spent her entire celebrity life avoiding paparazzi, whereas Madonna would court paparazzi, and Jackie just couldn't understand any of that. While Madonna and Kennedy were ultimately went their separate ways, he famously asked her to pose as his late mom on the cover of his political magazine, George, in 1996. Wouldn't that be a riot? JFK Jr. asked Terenzio, according to her in 2012, to her 2012 memoir, Fairy Tale Interrupted. We'll have her in the pillbox hat, sitting on a stack of books. If it doesn't bother me, then why should it bother anyone else? The book noted that Madonna responded by fax the following day, declining to dress up as Kennedy Onassis and joking, "My eyebrows aren't thick enough for that one," or "My eyebrows aren't thick enough for one." This girl, she lives for sending a shady fax. She loves to send a shady fax because she did about Michelle Visage. When Michelle Visage told that story, honey, that thing had me cracking up. And long story short, for those of you who don't know, Michelle Visage is the iconic co-host of RuPaul's Drag Race. One of the only
oh yeah, you keep talking about her. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
and
remember
she's one of the
now.
white girls who really got respect in ballroom. So because
Mhm.
she's been in the field with the girls. So
Mhm.
anyway, she used to be in the R&B group, right? And she was like the Madonna of that R&B group. Michelle was a huge Madonna fan. So
Mhm.
she got word that that Madonna didn't like that. At first, she was like, "Yeah, Madonna was throwing shade at you." She's like, "No, she wouldn't do that. No, Madonna's a class act. She wouldn't do that." Then Madonna sent the shady facts, allegedly, said, "If you're gonna imitate me, at least try not to look so cheap." And all Michelle Visage was like, "Oh my God, Madonna knows who I am. Oh my God." But yeah, she lives.
Well,
She sends a shady facts, honey.
she comes from an old school of shady ladies. The shade used to be real back then. I mean, that's an old school house.
No,
That
it really was. Baby, but she tried it. She tried to shade Mariah Carey, honey, but she didn't know that Mariah Carey was an Aries and was ready for that ass, honey. Aries from
well,
Long Island, New York.
wait a minute, but Mariah came from that house too. Came straight from she came, but you know Mariah came out in the 80s.
Hmm.
That she's from that. She's of the era of top tier shade of women. They don't even shade that well no more. They
She
don't even
definitely
do it
did.
well.
Madonna said something about her in the magazine. They asked Mariah Carey about it. She was like, "Well, I didn't listen to Mariah Carey. I didn't listen to Madonna since I was in middle school. Back when she used to be popular." So
The shade. It's from the same house as shade. Come on now. They don't even do it that well anymore. It's a lost art.
mhm.
But that Madonna face right here, whew, Jesus. All that money, she could have had a better fucking plastic surgeon. It's something terrible.
Mhm. Well, speaking of penis and surgery, honey. So Tristan Thompson, a community dick, honey, who Khloe seems to love.
Fuck him. Another MAGA
Yeah,
Canadian ass
to be
bitch.
honest. Well, at least I'm actually thankful about this story because with him being MAGA and now after the children that he has now, there's no possible way that he can reproduce. So thank you for this. And you see where it says here by way of hot new hip hop, Tristan Thompson reveals he had a vasectomy and signed over embryo rights to Khloe Kardashian. Now, I just have to say, this is some creepy ass shit. And baby, y'all not beating them allegations of y'all collecting niggas.
Wait,
Cause
what happened? Embryo rights. Was she froze her? What the? What?
we gonna find out. So let's see what this article says. So Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian are back in the headlines after opening up about one of the more unexpected developments in their complicated relationship history. During a recent episode of Khloe's podcast, the former item disclosed that Tristan underwent a vasectomy after what Khloe called an ultimatum. Fans also learned that Tristan also signed over embryo rights connected to the pair's previously frozen embryos. The discussion caught a lot of attention because of how candid both of them were on the topic. Tristan admitted that although he was hesitant at first about the vasectomy, he has enough baby moms already. This was the reason he ended up going through with it. He also referenced the fact that he currently shares children with multiple women, including Khloe, Jordan Craig, and Mary Lee Nichols. Khloe did not shy away from joking about how she gave him the ultimatum essentially, while Tristan compared the procedure to being neutered. For fans who have followed their relationship over the years, the story adds another layer to a public conversation. Hot New Hip Hop has covered nearly every chapter of the pair's ups and downs, from Tristan's cheating scandals to the fallout surrounding the Mary Lee Nichols situation and the eventual collapse of their relationship. Despite all of that, the two have continued maintaining a surprisingly close co-parenting dynamic. Excuse me. One of the biggest talking points online has been Khloe revealing that Tristan legally signed over the embryos to her. She even joked that she legally owns them now. Fans in comment sections appeared split. Some praised Khloe for her taking control after years of public embarrassment. Meanwhile, others questioned why either of them would continue tying themselves together after so much drama. I mean, it was kind of weird to keep embryos on a relationship that no longer serves you, one person commented. Man, Khloe is a G, because how she got him to do that? Another laughed. The timing of the interview also matters. Khloe recently discussed the possibility of potentially having another child in the future using one of the frozen embryos, despite repeatedly making it clear that she and Tristan are no longer romantically involved. That context made this latest revelation feel even more layered for longtime followers of the Kardashian family. At this point, Tristan and Khloe seem committed to presenting themselves as a united co-parenting front, even if fans still struggle to understand their dynamic. And child, I ain't even trying to understand. All the shit is weird.
Co-parenting. She take care of his brother who is disabled. They ain't co-parents. She do the work.
Okay.
And he ain't even got no, he ain't even in the NBA. That's why he's got a vasectomy. He can't afford nothing else. He can't afford nothing else. He don't have no job. He living off what he made in the NBA. He ain't got no endorsements. He ain't doing nothing. So yeah, he can't have no baby mamas because he ain't got no money. I mean,
I
y'all use your brains.
I really need like they need to really have, I think a lot more people are. It's starting to become a little more normalized, especially since I was growing up. Vasectomies, but I feel like they need to. We need way more vasectomies out here, honey.
They can,
Way
and men can
more.
get them reversed if they want. If you want to, you can. I know a nigga who got a vasectomy. Well, let me tell you something. Girls, y'all quit trying to talk shit when you and your man break up and he got a vasectomy. You want to tell old girl that's why he can't have no kids, bitch? Yes, he can. He can get that vasectomy reversed and have a baby with her. And I seen it happen. Look
Hey,
here. So quit talking shit about some shit you can't control no more. And get y'all a vasectomy. You don't want to have no more kids. It's easy for men. It's a little snip, y'all. It you done. The rest of your day is yours. You ain't down no time or nothing. And it don't stop your little penises from getting up. The shit y'all be doing, them honey packs are gonna stop your little penises from
okay, that's
going up.
yeah.
So all this other shit y'all be doing really gonna fuck y'all shit up. But let me tell you,
I remember
mm,
even reading something about there was like some type of a cream or something like that that they can easily. I'm like, see, men have it so easy for birth control compared to women, and it's like, why isn't this being pushed more? Like it's always the
because
onus
these
is always
dumb
on the woman
motherfuckers,
to take
because
birth control, and I don't like it.
patriarchy, misogyny, control. I mean, what else do we need to list? Um, but honestly, the best control y'all have is to snip, get y'all little stuff taken care of, pinched off, whatever they do. And if you want to have kids later, you could say, "All right, I'm ready to do it."
Child, if you want to have kids later, get a puppy. Shit, just stop
Okay.
having all these damn kids.
Well, you know my stance on that. Yeah, don't. But Tristan said, "I ain't got no money for that. He ain't worth a damn."
And thank God, honey, he does. He the last person need to be procreating with any more people. Ugh.
And I can't believe the way they pressed Jordan. And now she with somebody that's really in the NBA. The way y'all pressed her about this raggedy ass motherfucker and tried to tear her down, and she wasn't even fucking with this nigga. He just community dick that was trying to press her, and they went
Speaking of,
ham.
you just said something that just kind of made my mind just go so. So you know how like it's being word on the curve that Jada likes to tell people, whisper in their ear, like, "Look, motherfucker, I will make you disappear." So, do you think that maybe some of that may have happened when that's because you remember the Kardashian tried to get Jordan out of here, but then
Oh
we
hell
learned that they
yeah, that's
were
her
related
godchild. That
to the
was
PK.
Will's godchild. But
Uh huh.
but Jada said we a community, we a whole family. You see, cause she is her and Will's first wife. They tight, like they tight. She said
Yes, but
all of these.
remember
This is
the
my
whole.
clan.
Remember the
Yeah.
180 that the Kardashians did, especially Khloe,
Yes.
like the like not even a day
Yes.
afterwards, like, oh no, Jordan is simply family. And maybe I
Yes.
think Jada made it went in there like, look, bitches.
No. I want her heart. Yes. Look. Now, one thing about Jada weird. Yeah, she weird. But is Jada a real ass nigga? Yes. And she will tell y'all, bitches pipe down before I hurt y'all. She's from the hood for real, for real.
Shout out to
And she don't play
Baltimore.
about family and extended family.
Shout out to
She don't play
Baltimore. Y'all
that
know I live for a Baltimore accent, honey, where Jada is from.
because Will is her goddad, and yeah, they look after her. Yeah, and they told her pipe the fuck down before I fuck y'all up. Amen. I love it. Just get them Kardashian Jenners together.
Hmm.
And look who got a real nigga. And we ain't had him. He ain't been out here highfalutin, spreading little that we've seen so far. He is all into his little Jordan. Hmm. And you was up here running behind this little raggedy ass Canadian, like somebody wanted his ass.
Chad
And
was
they were teenagers. Well, maybe early 20s, but they was young. Her and Kylie was young. Hmm. Okay, I'm done.
well. While we sit here talking about motherfuckers in the NBA, honey, let's talk about another. Now, this story actually broke earlier. Terry Rozier, however you say his name, but you remember we had been talking about him, scamming through all these millions of dollars of illegal betting and all that.
Ooh.
Well, child, y'all should see where it says here by ESPN. Feds say Terry Rozier agreed to $100,000 bribe in betting plot. So let's get into it. Federal prosecutors allege Terry Rozier agreed to a $100,000 bribe in order to manipulate his performance in an NBA game as part of a gambling scheme and filed two new charges against him Thursday. The government filed a new indictment with additional charges of bribery in sporting contests and honest services wire fraud conspiracy. It named the NBA and the Charlotte Hornets, whom Rozier was playing for at the time, as victims of the alleged conspiracy. Rozier has denied participating in the scheme, and his attorney, Jim Trusty of IFRA Law, asked the judge to dismiss the case in December, arguing that the government overstepped. The superseding indictment just confirms that our motion to dismiss was righteous, new charges, new theories, but all just a sad effort to make something stick, Trusty told ESPN. A spokesperson for the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of New York declined to comment. The indictment alleges Rozier planned to use a leg injury he suffered late in the 2022-23 season as a reason to withdraw himself from an upcoming Hornets game in exchange for the $100,000 bribe. Rozier allegedly informed co-defendant De Niro Laster that he would remove himself from the March 23rd, 2023 game against the New Orleans Pelicans due to the injury. Laster shared the information with multiple bettors, who then placed more than $258,700 in wages on the under on Rozier's various statistics, according to the indictment. Is it Rose or Rosier? However you say his child's name. So Rose played just over 9 minutes before coming out of the game. He finished with 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists, resulting in the most of the bets winning. Rosier agreed to reduce the alleged bribe to 70,000 after the game because of his 4 rebounds caused some of the bets to lose, according to the indictment. Rozier is one of 6 men who were indicted in October on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. On Thursday, defendant Marv Fairley pled guilty to the charges related to the alleged NBA betting scheme. Former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones had also pled guilty in the case. Rozier, who was traded in the Miami Heat in January 2024, was waived by the team in April. Mm-mm. So they got details on you, buddy boy. They said you took $100,000 bribe. You done fucked around. You didn't fall like you was supposed to, and so you did play a little bit. Causing people to lose some bets. So he's like, well, let me just adjust. Let me give y'all 30,000 of that back, and I'll just take 70,000. Ooh, honey.
I think it's Rosier. It might be Rosier.
Rosier, whatever it is, it's inmate number 231, whatever. That's what we gonna be calling his ass.
That's good. That was a good one.
Whole
Yeah, you
thing.
ain't lying. You ain't lying.
I'm just too much of a pussy honey to be trying to fuck around with large sums of money like that, because I know with that comes a large amounts of time if you get caught. Large amount of
Mhm.
fed time. Like
Fair time. And then you was in the NBA, child. But they didn't. But you on the. I mean, I don't know. I guess you probably wasn't getting that much money, but at least you wasn't in jail.
mm-mm. Well, child. So, the last time we talked about Jill Zarin, that lady from the Housewives, She was pretty much. We learned that she was fired from an E series. They were doing a E series with all the housewives, and she was fired, and she felt like it was premature and unfair. But now she's back in the news, honey, because she's suing one of her business partners. And you all should see where it says here by way of TMZ. Real Housewives star Jill Zarin suing pickleball business partner who sued her. So let's get into it. Jill Zarin is trying to break the serve of a former business partner in her pickleball company because she's now suing him after he filed a lawsuit against her first. The Real Housewives of New York alum just filed her own lawsuit against Noah Springer, who says she is an investor who holds a 25% share in her pickleball paddle testing company, Pickle Pro Labs. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Jill claims Noah is sinking their ship with his loose lips. She says he told a sponsored professional pickleball player their paddle would be tested and provided with certification results in a couple of days, even though Zarin insists that timeline is way too short given their company's testing standards. PPL has deals with pro pickleball leagues in the United States and overseas to provide testing and certification services for paddles. And Jill says PPL's commercial value depends on its reputation for independence, impartiality, confidentiality, and procedural integrity, all of which she claims Noah threatened with his alleged comment. Jill claims Noah shown a broad pattern of conduct where he shares non-public, confidential, and commercially sensitive PPL information with pro players, paddle manufacturers, and other outside normal business channels. And she says she's heard lots of concern about him. TMZ broke the story. Noah sued Jill last month for allegedly cutting him out of the company's earnings and selling PPL's paddle testing device through a new company. Jill's putting the pickleball back in Noah's court with her own suit, and she's going after him for damages and wants an order blocking him from disclosing sensitive company info in the future. Legal counsel for Noah Springer tells TMZ Mr. Springer remains focused on holding Miss Zarin and Mr. Brody accountable for their mismanagement of Pickle Pro Labs, and he will vigorously defend against this transparent attempt to divert attention from their own misconduct. Mm-mm. But all I got from this story, honey, that white people take pickleball very serious, honey. I literally only just found out about what pickleball was, all of 3 years ago when Jamie Foxx, after we learned that he got sick, and then they was like, oh no, he was good playing, he's doing good in rehab playing pickleball. And all the niggas was like, well, wait a minute, what the fuck is a pickleball? Well, excuse me, all the niggas in my circle, because then none of us know what it is. Well, pickleball, what the hell is that? Is that a drink? Well, that is that on that, honey. And I got 3 more stories left. This next one, child, Akon. You all should see where I just shared here by way of all hip hop. And it says Akon discusses how multiple wives work in reality. And spoiler alert, just a whole bunch of recycled patriarchy, honey.
We don't care.
Girl. And I really need the niggas to hear me and hear me well. If you don't have Akon type money, don't even fucking try it with these ladies, baby. They not, girl. No, don't even. It's not happening. So now Akon can get away with that shit because he got money on top of money on top of money. So yeah, it is what it is. Well, anyway, Akon is finally pulling back the curtain on one of hip hop's most mysterious subjects. Exactly what happens when you have multiple wives and everybody knows who's running the meeting. The 53-year-old singer recently appeared on the We Need to Talk podcast and confirmed that yes, he still has multiple wives. No, he won't tell anybody exactly how many. I'll just leave that to your imagination, Akon said. Nah, for real though, how many? He did say one thing. There is only one husband in the arrangement. He's the man and they cannot have another one. He made that clear. There is another layer to that. Wife number 1 sits on the throne and the others are just the side queens. The one is the reason you even got 1, 2, or 3. She's the queen, he explained. Nobody violates number 1. Nobody violates wife number 1. The moment they violate, they're out the door. I wonder who that one is, and I'm sure you know where this is headed. Akon admitted the hardest job belongs to the first wife. who has to welcome new personalities, new attitudes, and new habits into the family without blowing everything up. With new people joining your family, there's going to be new attitudes, new mindsets, new behaviors, he said. This is wild to me. Akon also revealed most of us know men must provide for everybody equally. That's a lot of money most people don't have. Eggs and concert tickets are the same price these days. And we don't mean IVF, in vitro fertilization. According to Akon, the whole system works because of communication, maturity, and clearly established rules. But they did not delve into his personal business. Last year, Tamika Taim, his wife since 1996, filed for divorce in September 2025. You remember we talked about that, y'all? And that was just 4 days before their 29th wedding anniversary. I hope this interview is a sign that he's doing better with the first lady. Either way, Akon seems great. And they put a link with their last convo when Akon talked with all hip hop. I know my people ain't watching that shit, but yeah. So this whole time, y'all, I thought Tamika was wife number one because they have been together for so long. And then remember, we learned about them being, or maybe Tamika was wife number one. And maybe since the divorce, she has been, excommunicated. And now he has, honey, remember what we learned where one of his wives, the one who was unfortunately sexually assaulted while she was at the checkout line in Publix. What got me was that they had to do this, and I know there's this religious conversation involved. I truly do, but the fact that they made her cleanse herself, she had to be cleansed because somebody violated her, and so this already tells me that baby, that's a house full of patriarchy, old school patriarchy at that. But I mean, he has the money to get away with it.
Well, and I was just gonna say that was gonna be my thing. So she must have didn't she leave or didn't the divorce go through? I know we talked about it.
We did. I can't remember because it was so long ago, and I can't even remember like what was said about it. I just know that he is no longer with Tamika, who has been married for almost 29 years.
Yeah, so whoever was the next in line has probably moved to number one or whatever, but I'm sure she was the first one and she was like, I'm over this shit.
She ain't going for that multiple wife bullshit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like you said, it was a hard life. You pretty much the one got to hold this shit down just because your husband's his.
Well, you see, the Mormon wives, that the main chick, the first wife of that, she said, I'm over this shit. I'm out here. You remember
Yeah,
she left his ass too. And that whole little thing started falling apart. And he said he ain't got Acom money.
okay. So this is something, honey. I like to know how many wives he has to be nosy, but
Honestly, I don't even care. He probably got three, four. Who cares? I mean, this reminds me of what's that man's name with the little bald head? Neo.
oh,
See,
girl.
bye.
Well, no, see, but the difference between Neo and Akon is that I actually believe Akon when he do it. And Neo, I think he just that F word
Oh, well, that whole
allegedly.
thing.
Right. He just doing things for show, honey. That's a whole self-hating F word right there. Don't even get me started on that queen. But allegedly. Anyway, but I was about to say something. It slipped my mind. What the hell? It was about to be something about Akon's ass. Oh yeah. So when people start to because people have chat, I've never been multiple wives type. Like people they try to sell that argument to me a lot of times, honey. Then even people was like, a friend of mine was dating a guy and he wasn't like a polygamist, but he was like, oh no, I have no problem with the man having multiple wives. So me, I'm just like, well, how do you feel about women having multiple husbands? And baby, of course, the answer he gave was so I was like, oh, I already know what you are. So and the fact that he said and Akon said the same thing, where was it at? He tells his wives that he's the man. He's the man, and they cannot have another one. He made that clear. Uh, mm-mm. It's only one husband in the arrangement, but in Akon's case, he is the one with all the money. So I guess it works for him. But the problem is, you niggas with no Akon money, honey, y'all ain't even goddamn McDonald's money. Y'all trying to anyway. That's anyway. Next, girl, this story. This story had me hollering when I read it. But this judge, honey, and shout out to Chili for bringing this story to my attention. But Judge Eleanor Ross, honey, George Eleanor Ross, you was getting that back banged out in your chambers, girl, by the police chief at that, honey. But you all should see where I just shared here by way of TMZ. Judge reprimanded for sex in chambers is Obama appointee, and she sentenced Todd Chrisley. Mm-mm. Well, let's get into it. The federal district court judge who got reprimanded having noisy sex in her chambers with a police officer as part of an extramarital affair has been identified, and she's got connections to Barack Obama and Todd Chrisley. Eleanor Ross is the judge in question here, and she's based in Atlanta with the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Georgia. Ross was appointed by President Obama during his second term, and in November 2022, she was the judge who sentenced Todd to 12 years in federal custody as part of his bank fraud and tax evasion case. Bloomberg unmasked Ross in a report Thursday. Her identity had previously been unknown to the public after a judicial conduct committee found she had sex in her chambers during business hours with a cop who was not her husband. Their romps were reportedly within earshot of law clerks. Ross's affair partner was reportedly Atlanta Police Department Deputy Chief Kelly Collier. Chrisley served more than 3 years of his sentence before President Trump pardoned him last year, and he's already ripping Ross on social media, blasting her as a corrupt judge who couldn't focus on our case because she was busy clapping them cheeks in her chamber. Ross is married to Georgia State Court Judge Brian Ross, a former state prosecutor who sat behind her during her 2014 Senate confirmation hearing. And you should probably see him in the thumbnail. But in fact, I'm actually going to share my screen so we can see a better photo of him. This is her husband. This is Eleanor Ross's husband, Mr. Brian Ross. But baby, let's get into the police officer, Mr. Kelly Collier. She done cheated with, honey. His Steve Harvey looking ass girl. That's what, because I feel like, me personally, I think her husband is a lot more attractive than this one. But oh, girl, I'm sorry. No, this he.
How did she get busted? Girl.
They was in there having it hot and sloppy, and it just got too hot and wet, honey. She just couldn't control herself. It had to go get let out of it. Oh,
No, no. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I don't want that. I guess, child.
look, and wake this up because we have a comment saying, fucking in the office and breaking the law is not the same. And yes, it is
It's
absolutely
not.
correct. You just don't get caught fucking in the office because then they could make it breaking the law. In her case, for sure, during business hours, girl, y'all could have went around the corner because I know they got like a hot dog stand or something around the corner. They could have went to a porta potty. So she wanted to do it in the judge's chambers, girl. A mess. But Deputy Chief is not cute. I'm sorry. Ew. But okay. That's that on that, child.
Girl, why you get yourself caught up like that? You too damn old. And see, we talked about this before the thing. When you don't get some of your shit out when you're younger, you end up doing stupid shit as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And to be a judge like this, you had to be a goody goody for a long time. You played straight and narrow for a long time. And then now you up here damn near 60 probably years old out here acting a goddamn fool with your job.
But no, and then both of them, both her and this is not just a regular rookie or something. This is the deputy chief, like
Well,
the
he a
man who
man.
got. And
Well, he a
it's like we watch enough Law and Order SVU to know like that shit that can be used against them. Like any cases that these
man.
them shits can be thrown out because y'all sitting
Hmm.
there and y'all in cahoots with each other and shit and fucking in her office and being loud about it.
Well,
Crazy.
and he's a man, so I would, that's not surprising to me that he would do that. But for her, girl.
Mm, 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 mm.
Y'all act up when y'all young. Do stupid shit when you young so you can bounce back from that stupid shit. Don't wait till you damn near close to retirement to fuck up your whole damn life. Mm.
That part. Judge Eleanor, honey. Oh, girl. Well, maybe the chief got a bigger. Anyway, and the last story that we wanted to talk about today, and this was actually thanks to Cup who brought this to my attention. I wasn't going to talk about it because, but he's right. It is a good story to talk about because we actually did talk about her before. But Fawn Weaver, the Uncle Nearest CEO, well, honey, a judge does not find her credible, honey. And y'all should see where I was able to share here by the Lynchburg Times. And you should see where it says, Judge Ashley, the court does not find Fawn Weaver to be a credible witness. So let's get into it. A federal judge has refused to end the court-appointed receivership overseeing Uncle Nearest Inc., finding the company insolvent, its founder not credible, and its leadership responsible for concealing a $20 million loan from its primary lender. The conclusion the judge said was proven by clear, unequivocal, and convincing evidence. The 62-page ruling issued Tuesday by U.S. District Judge Charles E. Ashley Jr. also expanded the receivership to include Great Sydney Inc., the personal holding company of Uncle Nearest founder Fawn Weaver. The order resolves two long pending motions, one filed by the Weavers seeking to end the receivership entirely, and one filed by receiver Philip G. Young Jr. seeking to bring additional Weaver affiliated entities under his control. Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey, a Bedford County distillery with deep ties to Lynchburg, sits at the center of the case. Nathan Nearest Green was the formerly enslaved black man credited with teaching Jack Daniels how to make whiskey. Fawn Weaver founded the company in 2017 to honor his legacy. The most striking language in the order concerns the judge's assessment of Fawn Weaver herself. After observing her testimony at a February 9th hearing and reviewing multiple declarations she filed, Judge Ashley wrote that the court had the firm conviction that Fawn Weaver testimony thus far, whether on the witness stand or through her many declarations, has been guided by the story she believes best serves her personal interests, irrespective of its relation to the truth. Ooh, ooh. The finding runs through the entire order, undercutting nearly every argument the Weavers advance. When Weaver's testimony conflicted with documentary evidence to other witnesses, the court sided against her. When she offered explanations for financial transactions the receiver flagged as irregular, the court declined to accept them. The most legally significant portion of the ruling involves $20 million that Uncle Nearest received in early 2026 through convertible promissory notes from a third party identified in court records as MP10 LLC. The judge found that Uncle Nearest, under Weaver's leadership, concealed the transaction from Farm Credit Mid America, its secure lender, and misrepresented the source of the funds. According to the ruling, the MP10 funds were deposited into an Uncle Nearest bank account and then moved to a Grant Sydney account. Weaver testified she moved the funds because she did not want them to be snatched by Farm Credit and because she needed to ensure Uncle Nearest could continue financing its operations. The judge found the concealment was deliberate. The forbearance agreement and accompanying subordinate credit agreement, both signed by parties including Farm Credit, treated the funds as a loan from Grant Sydney rather than from MP10, with no mention of MP10 anywhere in either document. The court wrote that there was only one reasonable conclusion. Uncle Nearest, under Fawn Weaver's leadership, concealed his dealings with MP10 from Farm Credit and misrepresented the $20 million MP10 loan Uncle Nearest as an infusion of Grant Sydney's own funds. The Weavers argued that Uncle Nearest's enterprise value, calculated using a 12-time to 13-time revenue multiplier, put the company at $300 million to $325 million, well above its debts. The company rejected that math, finding the multiplier unsupported by by current market conditions, and noting that the spirits industry faces significant headwinds in the marketplace. The court calculated total liabilities at roughly 208 million and estimated enterprise value at 50 million to 125 million, leaving the company insolvent under both measures the court applied. The judge also found the company would collapse without outside support, writing that Uncle Nearest would be forced to cease operations within 30 days. Without continued cash infusions from Farm Credit, the court litigation stay, and the receiver's guidance. Despite finding the company insolvent, the judge credited receiver Philip Young with significant progress. The court found Young had cut Uncle Nearest's monthly operating losses by 90% from roughly 1 million per month to approximately 100,000, even in the face of declining sales. The judge wrote that any sales the receiver may have cost Uncle Nearest are more than offset by the substantial progress he has made elsewhere. The court also addressed the Weaver's argument that the receiver was doing more harm than good, finding it unpersuasive. While Uncle Nearest sales have declined since Young assumed control, the judge wrote that it is virtually impossible for the court to reasonably conclude what portion of the decline in Uncle Nearest's growth can be attributed to the receiver as opposed to this litigation more generally. The ruling expands the receivership to include Grant Sidney Inc., Fawn Weaver's personal holding company, and Uncle Nearest's largest shareholder with approximately 30% of outstanding shares. The court found Grant Sidney was a key part of Fawn Weaver and Uncle Nearest's effort to hide the MP10 funds and misrepresent their source. The judge also expressed concern that Grant Sidney may have not fully complied with a prior court order requiring it to produce 5 years of bank records, noting that noting the court has trouble taking Fawn Weaver at her word and is concerned there may be other forgotten accounts lurking in the shadows. Ooh. Young now has 60 days to investigate what Grant Sidney holds and report back to the court. He is prohibited from selling or transferring any Grant Sidney assets in the meantime. Six other Weaver affiliated entities the receiver sought to include, among them the humble Baron Bar at the distillery and a real estate holding called Shelbyville Grand, were excluded for now. The judge left the door open on all of them, writing that the ruling should not be construed as a finding that it would never be appropriate to expand the receivership to include them. So lastly, what comes next? It says with the receivership firmly intact and Grant Sidney now under control, the receiver's ongoing effort to sell substantially all of Uncle Nearest's asset continues. Young previously told the court he hopes to identify a stalking horse bidder, a baseline buyer whose offer sets the floor for a competitive auction before the end of April. No announcement of such bidder has been made public as of this writing. The sanction motion seeking a gag order against Fawn Weaver, filed by the receiver in March, also remains pending before Judge Ashley. Girl, Judge Ashley read her for filth, honey. Oh my God. Said, girl, you a liar, honey. I wouldn't even trust you to tell me the weather. Oh my God.
You, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah,
You know,
it's sad.
it really is. Because she started out with good intentions. And honestly, I love Uncle Nearest whiskey. And
It was doing well. What happened?
it gives me the same vibes as Pinky Cole. Trying to live above your means and be cute, and now you mismanage your money, low key scammer vibes and shit like that.
They just closed the Pinky Coles in what was it, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, somewhere.
Yeah,
Not
it's
her closing it. The
giving.
state closed it.
Yeah, it's giving big scammer vibes. Like it started out good, and then
It
y'all bust that
did.
off.
And
No,
Mm.
why
and
would
she
they?
really tried to hide like $20 million from her creditors. Like, oh yeah, so she wouldn't have to pay like on that loan and stuff and try to make it seem as if she never had that. Like, that was crazy. And talking
You
about she moved because she wanted to get snatched up. Well, yeah, because you owe it.
Yeah, that's
Like, how you not gonna talk about you don't want it to get snapped? Girl, this ain't your money. Like, this ain't your household funds. Like, why we out here operating like you don't want a direct deposit to come? I mean, automated payment to take your last little bit of money that you got for the week. No, y'all just out here. See, this is the stuff that be giving us bad news. I don't like it. I'm sorry. I know white people are free to be able to do what they want to do and be bad, shady practices, and they get to stand on their own. But shit like this gives black community a black eye, and they like to hold shit. You doing that one thing, we hold it against the whole community, and I don't like it because it's out in the national news and people. I don't like it. Do your
Mhm.
scamming on your own time.
Mhm. Well,
Mhm.
y'all, that was all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out and before I wish you all a fabulous weekend, did anybody have any tea that they want to share or any tea that I might have missed?
I don't have anything. And
Oh,
pulling Jay Z into that damn thing. He up here trying to help you save a black business, and you fucked that off and got his name mixed in there. I remember the last story.
uh-huh.
And Auntie, and you was trying to look at Jay Z, and look, he was trying to save a black business.
No, that was actually one of the stories that I was actually speaking positively about him.
Okay, well, maybe.
Yeah, if one thing I am is a fair bitch now. You like for the most part. You know what? Let me not even tell that damn lie. You, I am not fair at all. In fact, we run a very strict program over here. I don't even
We
know.
really do.
Matter of fact, I was like, who was I trying to convince? Me or y'all? Shit.
You was trying to convince you.
I'm like, me, a fair person? It didn't even sound right. Well, see, I should say I try to be fair. That's what I'll say. I try to be.
In
That's more
theory.
accurate. In theory, yes, because it sounds good in theory. Now, in practice, but well, y'all, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. We will be back on Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live show if you can make it. And don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederek.com, hit the big subscribe button at the top left, and join my free mailing list and get your daily hugs from me in your inbox. What was the day? I think today, oh yeah, National Heat Advisory Day. I wanted to give y'all a little, so stay cool in this heat. Don't die. Don't get no heat strokes and all that because the heat is not playing around. You know what's coming. So stay cool. And until Monday, I hope you all have a fabulous weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.